What's up, you early birds who happen to be up out there? It's 3 in the morning here in the Pacific Northwest, and I just got home from or I'm actually on my way home from a concert, Def Leppard and Journey concert over at the Gorge. For all of you who are familiar with Washington, Gorge is about 2 hours away from where I'm at. Anthony D up at this time of the day? What is up? But yeah, I was over at the Gorge watching this concert. It was pretty cool. Second time to see Def Leppard in concert. First time to see Journey in concert. And I'll give a quick review since we're talking about this. It has nothing to do with football. Haven't been to the Gorge in probably like nearly 20 years. It's changed a little bit. A lot more stuff there than I remember. But the venue is essentially the same. You have this beautiful view. It's an amphitheater, so you got the stage with one of the most beautiful backdrops you'll ever see, which is basically the Columbia River and this river canyon behind you and the sunset behind the stage as you're watching the show. And you sit up on, well, if you're like me, sit in the cheap seats, you sit on the grassy slope overlooking this vista in front of you. So it's pretty cool, really cool venue. Def Leppard was up first, and Def Leppard was good again. I saw them the first time about maybe 10 years ago. I thought they were pretty darn good, and they were good again today. And yeah, played all the hits you'd expect them to, and yeah, they sound pretty good. They're just solid. And then Journey, this is one of my other favorite bands. Actually, I actually appreciate the music of Journey more than I'd say I'm as bigger than a fan of being of Def Leppard. But watching it for the first time, and also having watching their lead singer, who's, I was gonna say new, he's not new anymore because he's been the lead singer for Journey for, I don't know, 10 plus years now, I think. Ariel Pineda, who's a Filipino guy, and if you don't know the story, the original singer of Journey was Steve Perry, and he left the band a number of years ago, and they eventually got the new guy. Well, I can call him new, he's not new, but Filipino guy named Ariel Pineda, and they found him, if I understand the legend correctly, they found him on YouTube singing a bunch of Journey songs. They auditioned him, they liked him, and they said, hey, I'd like to be our new front man. So that's what he became. So he did all right. This is the fourth to the last venue before their tour ends. So they've been on some, I don't know, 50 something cities. But my man was a little bit flat on some of those high notes, and gonna give props though, because anyone trying to imitate Steve Perry on those high Journey songs, that's tough sledding right there. But he fell a little bit short. I thought he was kind of straining to hit those notes. Definitely flat a few times. So he did his best, but I had found myself kind of doing the old, come on, you can do it, you can do it. Oh, no, not quite. Good try though. But and good energy on stage, but doesn't really talk to the crowd much. So I was hoping for a little more banter. That's kind of what you want to see during in between live songs. But yeah, it was okay. It was okay. But I guess I could never get to see the true original Journey with the Steve Perry version. But this is the next best thing. So fun concert. Went with my kindergarten buddy Rob, and that was a good time. So anyway, enough about concerts. Let's talk a little bit of the Seahawks-Arizona-Cardinals game today. So for those of you who've watched my season prediction video, you'll know that I officially had put this down as a loss. I am changing my prediction on there, calling this a W for Seattle. And I'll tell you why. Because Arizona's pretty weak, to be honest with you. They look pretty weak right now. Not to say they're not going to be need to be taken lightly, but they are like a wounded animal, a vulnerable animal that needs to be put down. You got a quarterback change. It was no surprise that they would move from what's his name, Sam Bradford. Knew he wouldn't last long, and they brought in their new guy. And when you can bring a rookie in, you know this is an opportunity to take advantage of some rookie mistakes to be had. And I expect, in order to minimize those rookie mistakes, the Cardinals are going to try to give a heavy dose of David Johnson early on. So, keys to the game, Seahawks-Cardinals. Seattle, defensively, they've got to get after the passer, which they've been doing pretty well. Frank Clark's been getting a good number of sacks. The pressure's been pretty good. Secondary's got to be key. You know, just keep to your... just stay disciplined and get after the ball, anticipate, and make plays when they come. We've been doing a pretty good job of that. And, you know, doing what they've been doing. They've been doing a pretty good job shutting down the run, and I expect there's going to be a lot of that. It's David Johnson. We want to force Arizona into a lot of third and longs, long yardage situation. That's going to open up a lot of opportunities for turnovers and, you know, passing situations, open up possibilities for sacks to kind of disrupt things. So we wanted to definitely make the Cardinals and their new quarterback uncomfortable. So that's the key on defense, which is pretty much the game plan for anybody. It's just that, you know, when you got a rookie quarterback coming in there, you've got to really try to take advantage of that adjustment period. Offensively, I think the game plan is simple. Do what I've been saying since the beginning. Stick to running the ball. Give Chris Carson the minimum number of carries that he needs to get. In my book, he's got to get 20 carries a game. You get Chris Carson 20 carries a game, and your chances of winning goes up 20 times. And that's key number one, because if you do that, it's going to put a lot less pressure on Russell having to be forced into the passing game and being in obvious passing situations. It's going to allow more balance because you can run play action and have to respect the run, and that's going to take some of the pass rush off of Wilson, and that should allow him a little bit more time to find those open receivers and not be running for his life the whole time. So that is the key there. And then Russell's got to make those throws, which we know he's capable of. He's just got to be careful with the ball, not turn it over. But I think he's got to utilize his weapons, keep getting it to Brandon Marshall. I know he had a couple of drops last week that would have probably made that Cowboys game even less close than it was. But keep going after him. He'll get their timing worked out. He won't make drops like that all the time. I think it was just a bad game. Keep feeding it to him. Keep working Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett's got a touchdown in every game so far. Let's keep that streak going. And work the tight ends too. Disley, you know, he'll get his opportunities. Not going to be a lot of them, but I think they need to create a few plays here or there to kind of fake him like he's going to be doing some blocking, and then have him go out for a quick little short pattern, get a first down that way. And throw it to the running backs too. You know, I instead of going empty backfield, I hope they run a few more plays where they got the running back in the backfield, even shotgun formation. Have the running back sit back there, pretend to block or do whatever he does, and then sneak out and hit him for a little dump off and get a few yards that way. Everybody does it to us. Let's do it to them. So, and of course protect Russell, since the Cardinals have been the one team that has wreaked havoc the most on our offense in terms of sacks. I thought it would have been the Rams, because they seem to always do that to us, but the Cardinals have done it worse. So, it's a pretty simple formula, and I don't know, man. It's like I just have to copy and paste the same thing I say every week, because it's a pretty simple game. But the biggest variable that's different is the rookie quarterback on the other side of the ball. That you got to exploit that right there. But it does all start with the commitment to the run. If they just stick to what they know they are trying to establish as our identity, that should be good. And the other positive thing is we are getting more guys back. I believe, actually I haven't seen the injury report, so I shouldn't say that so soon. I'm thinking we're getting more people back from, getting more and more guys back from injury. But I have not even looked. I've been slammed this week with just getting projects done that I've got for work, so I haven't even looked at the official injury list. I'm hoping Justin Britt is playing. I don't know if you guys know. I should have done my homework and looked it up, but I haven't had a chance to. So, we had Posick injured and Britt was out. I don't know if those two guys are playing. It'd be a big help if we can get at least one of those guys back, if not both. KJ Wright's status, not sure what's up with him either. So, it would be a big help to have him back as well. But yeah, I wish I could offer you more injury information, but I don't even have that. So if you guys know it in your guys' side on the chat room, please fill in what you guys know about what's going on injury-wise with the Seahawks. Obviously, that's going to play into it, but we did fine last week with a couple of replacement linemen, and Joey Hunt, who was the replacement center, did a hell of a job. I was a little concerned about him, the little dude. I call him little. Probably not exactly qualified to do so, but he looks like a little dude out there. And he held his own. We weren't talking about him at all, so, it's a good thing. When you're not talking about your offensive linemen, then your line is doing a good job. That's the one position you should never have to talk about. If you're quiet about the offensive line, that means they're just getting the job done. Spend time talking about your quarterback, your running back, your receivers, your tight ends, and your defensive, everyone on the defense. Just, you don't want to talk about your offensive lineman. If you start talking about Ifedi and things of that nature, it's not a good game. So, I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout or anything, but I think it's going to be close. But I think Seattle edges this, and this game will then, prediction-wise, make up for the loss in Chicago, which should have been a win. And my predictions would have been 100% so far, but Seattle messed that up and forgot how to run the ball. Hopefully they won't forget tomorrow, or I should say today. It's actually today. But that's going to be fun. So if you guys are in the neighborhood, those of you who are watching who live around here, come out to Emerald Downs Casino. I'm going to be doing my thing. Viewing party starting at 12 tomorrow. And it's going to be fun. More TVs to give away, as well as other prizes. So, but generally a fun time. So, that's it, folks. I'm back. I'm going to try to get some sleep, and then get some work, and then go hit this party. So, real quick though, it does look like watching some of that Rams Vikings game. Man, Rams is scary good. They look like everything they were sold to be and more. But we won't worry about them until next week. But for now, one game at a time. Let's take care of the Arizona Cardinals, get our record back to 2-2, and that would be a good spot to be in. So that's all I got for you, folks. I will talk to you guys all later. And I'll be broadcasting live, so come listen to my broadcast and join the chat and the fun as we react to this game. You can watch it on TV and pull this up and have this going on at the same time. All right. That's it, folks. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully. Take it easy. Go Hawks. Let's get that W.